Well, hello, my loves, and happy Sunday to you. I had so much fun. I always have so much fun. I say that every week, but I do. I truly love being here in the space and doing what I do. But I just made a grungy mess and I just went for it. I just put all the things down. I wasn't even sure how it was going to look, but I wanted to do whatever made me happy today. And that's what I did, and I love the result. So let's take a look. So here's our beauty. Look at how fun that is. I just pulled things from my stash that I love. That's it. That's all I did. I wanted to create the background with some different techniques that I've been experimenting with. Love it, love it, love it. And I had to tone it down just a little bit to kind of bring out everything, but I love it. The papers, all good. So the papers that I used, there's two collage packs that I used. This is from the Muted Butterfly, and then there's the Vintage Ephemera collage pack. Those will be on sale this week. And then the stencils that I used, this is, I think it's called Scribbly Flowers. I'm not exactly sure, but they'll be listed. They'll be listed on the blog. And the link to the blog is going to be down below in the YouTube description. I know these are called Scribbly Leaves, so I do know that. And then I used the farmhouse clock stencil and the layered up 2 stencil. I thought those two worked really well together. And all of these things have meaning, of course, to go along with the quote and inspiration. And then I used, so background was raw umber. This is high flow, and this is Matisse's, this is golden, Matisse's Payne's gray. This is considered, it's called a fluid. It's a little bit thicker than the high flow, but not a lot. But I love I love how it comes, the bottle. It's awesome. I used, so background was just papers, gesso, and then those two, the raw umber and the Payne's gray. And then I did use some alcohol spritzing around in there. I did use some matte medium in there. I did put my papers down with matte gel or fluid matte medium, one or the other. I use these so interchangeably that I forget what I'm doing. I know I used the matte gel for these because I didn't want any more wrinkling because I had a lot going on already. What else? And then I put my papers down. The rest of these, like the flowers, are just stuff I had in my stash. I used tissue paper. I stamped with my my flowers and my leaves. I rolled them out and then stamped them with onto tissue paper, and then used the tissue paper on here. I did use my fluid acrylic fluid matte medium for that. What else? Gesso. Palette knife for my gesso. I stenciled them. And I was working on layering. So I put like these two items down first. First I did the background, and then I stenciled the layered up stencil. Then I put these down, and then because I wanted to make sure that one felt like it was on top, and you'll see it in the video. So I was working with that, making sure that I had the layers right, having these behind and these on top and all that kind of stuff. But actually very simple project as far as supplies go. I did use a little bit of matte black. I used my little handy dandy tray. I put my fluid matte medium in here, and I used my watercolors. And this is something that I have been practicing and playing with because we have experimented in the membership for the month of June, and I am 100% inspired, and that's this is coming out of that inspiration of just trying everything. But I'm loving this technique, and I love the look of it. It's different. It's different than, say, acrylic ink. It's just got a different feel, and I love it. I used my Posca pens, which is another thing that came from the month of June exploration in the membership. I have this new love for Posca pens and am learning how to use them, and I'm loving it. Loving it. I'm working on a very large piece and I'm using my Posca pens. So I use Neocolor 2 crayons to get a little bit more green. I used, this is this is a Stabilo oil pencil. I thought it was a watercolor pencil. Stabilo oil pencil, charcoal pencil, and then I found as I was going through all my stash for the membership content, I found this little dropper thing, and I loved using it to squish the fluid around, and then to be able to drop my alcohol. And so this was I don't even know where I got it. I have no idea. It was just in my stuff. Black soft pastel. And that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All the color was from my watercolors and Neocolor. And that's it. Very simple. But I just played. I just layered and layered and layered until my heart was content, and that was that was the idea. And that should really honestly be the idea every time we come to our space, to create and just let go, right? That's the best thing that we can do, and that's when the best art happens. All right, so again, all of the supplies will be listed on the blog. The link to the blog is down below in the YouTube description box. And then I will have a conversation with you at the end about the meaning and the inspiration. All right, let's get creating. All right, my loves, I hope you enjoyed that project. This project, I love it. I absolutely love it. It was fun. It was easy. I played. I tried new things. I'm kind of perfecting things, I should say. And I just kind of put it all out there. And most of all, I love the meaning of it. So a couple things real quick before we dive into the meaning. The stencils that I used will be on sale, and the collage packs that I used will be on sale. And those will be listed on the blog, and the link to the blog is down below in the YouTube description box, along with all of the supplies. Okay, that's it. So the meaning. It says the meaning is taken from a quote from Morgan Harper Nichols. I don't remember which book. I read one of her books probably every morning. It's kind of a morning routine for me. But the quote just like leaped off the page, and when it does, I know that it's there for a reason. And it says, "I am worthy of the time it takes to do the things." ... Like what things? And you fill in the blank. So I had to ask myself, why does this mean so much to me? I am worthy of the things I am worthy of the time it takes, to do the things. And I know for me, often I feel like I have to have it all together, all my ducks in a row, all the work done, all the things done to take care of me, to take time for me. And somewhere kind of back here in one of those small voices that kind of comes up every now and again, I hear, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve that time. There's too many other things to do. You got to take care of this, and you got to do this, and it's these excuses, but it plays into that voice. And now I don't say that to myself often, and I have worked many, many years in therapy on all my things, but it's still there. It's still sometimes a catch where, I have to question myself, and I have to kind of go back and say, okay, pull out the lessons and say, okay, here's what I need to do. But on this particular day this week, it touched me because I was feeling a little bit of that, like I don't deserve, I'm tired, nope, you got to do this. So I wrote down my list, and so I am worthy of the time that it takes to do the things that heal my hurt, that help me grow, that make me healthy, that give me rest. That's my list. So as I thought about that, my piece is kind of, that's what everything in here has a meaning. So let's take a look at the piece real quick. So this is the time. This is my time. I'm worthy of the time it takes to time. And heal my hurts. And the butterfly is kind of this healing the hurt kind of symbol for me, because it starts as a caterpillar and has to go through an amazing journey to become beautiful. And that's kind of what I was reflecting on, as going through and healing the hurts. It's a process, and so the butterfly represents that. To help me grow, well, the vines are my growth. To make me healthy. Only healthy plants bloom. And so that's the other kind of symbol behind that. And then rest kind of goes along with the time. The gears and all that kind of stuff. Numbers and all that kind of stuff. Time. So all of this has meaning. And the colors and all of that. And then I've got worthy right here. Worthy of time. And I love this piece. It felt a little chaotic at first, and it calmed itself down, and I was okay with it. And I was going to be okay with it anyway because it had such meaning, and that's sometimes what we need to do. Just be okay with what it is. So that's the meaning behind the piece. And I have more on my list of things that I was struggling with this week. And I think that a lot of times I have this small voice that says, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to take that time, because it's the time part. Like I could say, I'm going to do this, but I don't really do it because it's going to take some physical action. It's going to take time away from something else. I'm going to have to put something else on hold to take care of me. And sometimes that's really, really hard. And granted, when my kids were little, there are things that you just have to do. You got to make food, and you got to change diapers, and you got to do all the things, pick up school and all that stuff. But you can also ask for help so that you can take the time to do whatever your list is. Maybe it is to heal. And that takes time. That takes a therapist, or it takes a friend to walk with you, or prayer, or whatever it might be that takes you on the journey of healing. But it takes time. And usually it's your alone time. Maybe it's time to get healthy. Like, that's on my list. I struggle with that, taking the time to really work out and do the things that I need to do. I know I need to do it. And I'm important enough to be able to take the time to do that. And that worthy piece kind of comes up. Are you really worthy of that? I mean, you got things to do. You got employees to take care of. You got, hubby. You got, grandkids and all those. Are you really? And taking that final, stand of saying, I am worthy, feels really scary. And for me, a lot of times I feel like, well, I've got to have it all together. I've got to have all my ducks in a row, and everything has to be in order for me to take the time to do the things. And that's not true. Or what's even worse is I have to, that deserving part, you don't deserve it. I've made some mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And I made mistakes yesterday. I said words I shouldn't have said, whatever it might have been. We are perfectly imperfect people. We all are the same. And even in spite of all of our imperfectness, we're still worthy of the time that it takes to do what we need to do. And we're worthy to say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. We are worthy to say, you're not a good influence in my life. We are worthy to say, I'm going to take this time and devote to getting healthy, even if we have other people saying, you'll never do it, you can't do it, you don't deserve it, whatever. Or maybe that's the voices that we have going on inside. But you, my friend, and me, we are worthy of all of that. And sometimes the time may just be 10 minutes, a cat nap, a quick brush stroke. But the more we get used to saying yes to the things that nurture our souls, the more we feel worthy. It's like a cycle. So I don't know what's on your list. Those are a few of what's on my list. But I wanted to let you know today that you are worthy. And I don't know if there's a voice inside your head. I have a lot of voices inside my head. I don't know if there's that, that doubt. Or maybe there's external voices that say you're not worthy. It's time to tell those voices to be quiet. No more. You are worthy. You're not perfect. Oh my gosh, none of us are. But you are worthy of the time it takes to do the thing, whatever your thing is. Whatever you have been longing, wanting, needing to do. You are worthy. I just wanted to let you know that, because I needed to let myself know that this week. And I think it's kind of a constant thing, especially for women, maybe, because we're nurturers, I think, in general. I don't want to be broad about that, but I know for me, I'm a nurturer. I wanted to make sure everybody's okay. But I just wanted to tell you that you are worthy today of the time that it takes to do the things, period. All right, my loves. I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful and joyful, and I hope you know how worthy you are of all things, of all the things, and that it's okay to be imperfect and still be worthy. All right, my loves, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.